If Dodson fights intelligent and he fights aggressive, unlike he did in the first fight, when he knocks Demetrious Johnson down, if he gets on him with a lot of aggression and applies pressure, when you're fighting a great fighter like Demetrious Johnson, you can't give him the opportunity to think, the opportunity to maneuver or do anything to counter you. The reason why Dodson lost the first fight is because when he had his opponent hurt, he wasn't aggressive enough. He didn't get on top of his opponent, who was hurt at the time, who was in a moment of what you would call like, oh, I don't know what to do. Dodson doesn't have that killer instinct, that killer mentality. Like, all right, he's down, let me get him. All right, he's always joking around, dancing around, chilling. But if he was like the type of guy to say, all right, he's down, I'm gonna get him. He said that he's gonna knock Johnson out. Let's see what Dodson does. If this time around, is he gonna be more aggressive? He has the skills to apply more pressure. Will he do so? It's relevant with UFC. John Dodson versus Demetrious Johnson. The key things for Dodson to do is to fight like he did the first fight in the first 2 rounds. Outstrike him. Counter him very well. He was countering very well. Block, strike. Maintain position like you did for the first 2 rounds. Don't tire out like you did in the last round. You have to maintain your stamina throughout the whole fight. I believe Dodson is the only person I've seen knock Demetrious Johnson down so many times in 2 rounds. I've never seen anybody knock him down that many times. So Dodson has a great striking game. He has a great fighting game. He's a great fighter. Based on the first fight, we definitely know that Dodson can drop Demetrious Johnson, that he can hurt Demetrious Johnson. It's just the simple fact that Demetrious Johnson gets right back up, so one shot won't be enough. I believe that Dodson has transcended since his fight with Johnson. He's won 3 in a row, 2 by knockout or TKO. And since he's fought at that level, he's able to maintain that level now. John Dodson is 18-6, nicknamed the Magician, whose speed is amazing, has fast hands, fast feet, great lateral movement, an explosive striker. 30 years old and ready for anything. Key things for Dodson to do to win is do not allow Johnson to grab you, to take you down, to put you in any submissive hold. Dodson needs to use his speed, his footwork, and his strikes to counter any attempts for grappling from Johnson. Dodson can't get too caught up in engaging. He must also be aware at all times that Johnson will take a punch just to go for a submissive hold. He's won at the last second of a fight, going for a submission. He'll take one just to grab you. So Dodson must remember that throughout the whole fight. Dodson has landed 263 out of 743. Total takedowns he's attempted is 15. He successfully landed 6. He's avoided 61% of strikes against him. He's avoided 89% of takedowns against him. That will be a key thing against Johnson. Also, out of his 263 strikes that he landed, out of 263, my goodness, he landed 204 standing. So that lets you know that 70% of his strikes he's landed standing. Standing, he's very, very effective. And we've seen that in the first fight, that Dodson was very effective standing against Johnson, being able to knock Johnson down several times. Mighty Mouse Johnson. 21-2 or 22-2? 7 straight title defenses. He is truly the total package. That's why we call him Mighty Mouse. Well conditioned, has amazing speed, great technique, has a high IQ, full of stamina, agility, stamina, might, endurance, will, heart, focus, dedication. These are all the words that you think about when you hear the word Demetrious Johnson. He's landed 901 out of 1,699. 480 of those were standing, 332 were in a clinch, or while clinching. He's attempted 117 takedowns and has landed successfully 65. He is a takedown man. He loves submissions, I must say. He's avoided 66% of the strikes attempted against him and also has avoided 66% of the total takedowns attempted against him. Demetrious Johnson has beaten a lot of big names, including John Dodson. A couple of necessary things that Demetrious Johnson needs to do against Dodson is that he must keep his hands up. Don't allow Dodson to apply a pressure with his strikes. He's great at striking, and I would try to avoid it as best as I can, because being knocked down, if that man does what he's supposed to do and gets on top of you, Demetrious Johnson, you're in trouble. So keep your hands up, and when the opportunity comes, go for the arm bar or go for some type of slick submission. Even though I know this is going to go the distance, I'm hoping that Demetrious Johnson goes for the submission early and doesn't allow it to go the distance. However, my prediction is it's going to go the distance. We'll go to the third round, and the win would be Demetrious Johnson, either by submission or unanimous decision. Most likely, I'm leaning towards unanimous decision. What do you think is going to happen? Who do you think is going to win between Dodson and Johnson? Let me know in a comment below. Thank you for watching.